What's good? What's cracking? What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boys Durango, and I am back again with another video, baby. You know what it is. Mr. Legendary Forex himself, legendary skill, the legendary key strategy. So let me just unlock it quickly. So this here, right here, is the basic indicator that we use, as you can see in the charts. Now, if you don't know what an indicator is, and if you don't know about indicators, if you don't know basically about trading, you can just hit me up. There's a link on the description. There's a link below the description, our Telegram link, or you can also hit me up on Instagram, and then you can just tell me. I'll provide you with a free PDF on basically a crash course about trading, so at least you have an understanding. So this is not like for beginners. Okay, we do have information and it's free about trading if you are a complete beginner. So let's get back into it. So basically, as I said, there's an indicator. Now, indicator is these blue and white dots that you see on the chart. Okay, now these dots just basically provide us with a form of direction in terms of pullbacks or corrections. As you know, in the charts, there's an impulsive move. As you know how the market moves, it pushes down, which we call an impulse move to the downside. And then if it pushes down, it has to make a correction, which sometimes we call a retest or a pullback. And then it has to push down again, and then again make a correction or a pullback, and then it has to push down again. Now that's just an example of a downtrend. Okay. Same thing happens on let me just delete this. Same thing happens on an uptrend. You get an impulsive move or push up, and what you're gonna get, a correction or a pullback, and then you get again an impulsive move to the upside, and then again you get a correction or a pullback, and then again you get a impulsive move to the upside. So this is another example of a bullish trend or a buy trend or an uptrend. Okay, so now what we look for is, specifically, we look for pullbacks or corrections. Okay, so I'm just going to use the term pullback because that's what I like to use, but a pullback is the same thing as a correction. Okay, but I like to use the term a pullback. So it pushes down and then it pulls back, gaining some power to get ready to push down again if it's a downtrend, or it's going to push up, it's going to pull back a bit, gaining some power to push up again. So we trade on those pullbacks, we set up on those pullbacks so that we find good entries when it pushes to the side that it was impulsive at. Okay, so now these indicators right here, they provide us with a good pullback. Now this is just 25%. We usually have an indicator tab right here at the bottom, something, I'm not going to say something similar to an RSI, but where usually the RSI is, we have a foreign indicator that we use that confirms a solid pullback from a non-solid pullback. So it confirms a true pullback from a not true pullback. And these dots, they just provide zones, okay, breakouts of zones and retest of zones. So for example, as you can see, now I already know, looking at this star, I already know that I'm expecting a downtrend. Okay, so as I'm expecting a downtrend, all I need is an impulsive move to the downside, and then what do I get? A correction, as I told you, and then what do I get again? An impulsive move pushing down, an impulsive move pushing to the downside. So as you can see, so now the key thing here is to find an entry. How do you find an entry? Using the legendary key. You're gonna mark, so once you see, not once, okay, we firstly have a first step that you basically check your direction, and I'm gonna give this to you for free. We usually use the CNBC app to find the proper direction for Nasdaq. Okay, so we already knew that Nasdaq was a sell because of the CNBC app. Okay, I'm going to make another video in regards of how to use the CNBC app. So because we already knew that, our setup that we were looking for was for a sell setup. So these two blue dots, if it's a sell, you focus on a dot above. It's a buy, if it's a buy, you focus on the dot below, because that actually tells you the turning points where it should turn and push up. If it's a sell, it tells you the turning points where it should turn and push down. So this is the end of a pullback or a correction. So once you spot this dot, you draw your pullback. I like to draw them as trend lines. And then within this pullback, you have to find a zone that you're going to use. Now, I know that this zone is in correspondence to our correct pullback, which we use while finding this tab, while looking at the tab that is usually there, that confirms our pullbacks. So I already know that this pullback is solid. So what I'm going to do is put that line there, and all you're waiting for is a breakout. As you can see, the market broke out the zone, and it's a retest. And then the next thing you wait for is a confirmation of rejection, and then it goes down, and then that's how you sell. You understand? So from here we know we are selling going down. And then let me just quickly make a buy example. Remember, we're using this on a 1 minute chart. So with the buy example, there's this blue right here which signifies bullish power, okay, and all you wait for is an impulsive move going up, and you already know you're waiting for a correction. How do you spot a correction, or what do you wait for when you're looking for a correction? You look for a dot below. Okay, you look for a blue dot below. Once that forms, you know you look for your inner zone within the pullback. So we already have our pullback, because that zone, we already have our pullback, which is this one. So it pushed up, creating a pullback. Now we're just finding our inner zone, and with this dot, while confirming with our secret indicator that is down here, that provides an indication of how true the pullback is, or how strong or valid the pullback is. We know that this dot is in correspondence with this pullback indicator here, so we would mark this as a strong zone or a valid zone. So all we wait for is for the market to push up, come back to the zone, retest, and then it forms, or it shows a rejection. Okay, it shows rejection, and once it confirms with rejection that it's not gonna push down anymore, we buy going up. Okay, so as you can see, it's a similar thing. As I said, you have an impulse move, going up, you have a correction or a pullback, and then you have an impulse move going up. That is a buy trend, and all you wait for in the pullback, you need to spot an inner zone, a breakout, a retest, a rejection, and then you buy. Now we have, as I said, this is just 20%. Now to confirm this rejection, we also have a tool that works in correspondence with our pullback indicator right here, that's supposed to be down here, but I'm not going to reveal right now. As I said, we have something that shows you how a rejection is, or it shows you if the market is rejecting or not. Now remember, our key main focus in the legendary FX is to make trading as simple as possible for people who basically take long to understand trading. I know there's a lot of you guys that know how to trade, or you've been in many like forex courses, forex institutes, you've read so many PDFs, but they provide a naked chart analysis, which is basically just, they provide a naked chart analysis, which is basically a simple chart like this, and then they teach you how to trade, analyzing with trend lines, analyzing with structure, looking for patterns, looking for zones. You know, it's a similar thing to what we use, but this is not user friendly because sometimes it's hard for people to spot. Okay, like what's happening currently on the market, you don't know. You can put this, you don't know if this is a full confirmed pullback. Okay, you don't know if this zone will be the valid zone. Okay, the market right now can carry on pushing down, the market can break going up, but you don't know if this zone or this pullback is actually a confirmed pullback or not. Okay, we don't know if we have the blue dot here to confirm that it's a strong pullback, and we don't know, using our secret pullback indicator, if this is a strong pullback. Okay, and when it rejects here, you will not know if it's rejecting or it's just going to do this and push down again. Okay, so our key main focus is making a strategy that is so user friendly that even someone in high school, even an old person can understand, as long as you understand what you're supposed to be looking for. If you see that on a chart, then you can be able to know how to trade, or we can be able to analyze and find proper good signals.